ease. Let us learn how we can be in love at ease. Just looking where we left off. Second, Swamishri understood that the das, the servant, is only a vehicle. The divine is the doer and the source of inspiration and strength. The divine worked through Swamishri because his small I, literally a lowercase I, acknowledged his divine presence. Whenever someone tried to give him credit or praise him for bringing about a spiritual and social reform in Gujarat and the diaspora, Swamishri would immediately lay all of it at the feet of the divine. Just to perform that sort of humility is difficult, and to live it seems almost unfathomable. I have witnessed many religious leaders accept and appreciate recognition, and perhaps even encourage it. Swamishri was different, not because he was my guru, but because for him, God was the doer, and he was his servant. Swamishri was consistent time and time again. One of the only times I have seen him irate is when someone insists that he is God or functions in the capacity of the divine on earth. Swamishri would not let the sadhu or bhakta, the monk or devotee, finish that thought. Once, while Swamishri was in London, Krishnamurti Patni, one of the youth volunteers, decided to treat the youths to some sweets. He asked Swamishri if he should bring ice cream or have Indian sweets made for the devotees. Swamishri replied, "Whatever you want to offer to God." Patni did not hesitate, nor was shy to admit, "I have never seen God. You are our God. God lives and works through you today." Swamishri's eyes widened and his nose flared up. "Bhagwan Swaminarayan is God. I am his das. I am a bhakta, a loving devotee. There is only one God." Patni pressed further, "But doesn't God reside in you?" Swamishri's voice was now louder. "God only resides in those who are his das, servant. Learn to be a das and God will reside in all of you." Time and time again, Swamishri raised and hailed the sacred image of Hare Krishna Maharaj as his source of inspiration. Swamishri overtly shared his truth with other leaders, no matter their place and station in society. He told the former presidents of India, the United States of America, Kenya, and even King Charles III of the United Kingdom, that God was the true source of his strength and success. He was just his servant. Swamishri was invited to St. James Palace by King Charles III on the 9th of November, 1997. After the British royal had visited BAPS Sri Swaminarayan Mandir in Neaston. As Prince of Wales, Charles would eventually succeed his late mother, Queen Elizabeth II, as monarch. He expressed his curiosity regarding religious succession in Hindu traditions. "You have a large community of followers. How and will you appoint your successor? How and when will you appoint your successor?" Swamishri pointed to the Murti, the divine image of Hare Krishna Maharaj in the room, and explained, "God will inspire me to make the right decision when it is time. He will find that successor. I do not have to carry that burden." Charles was impressed and further observed, "It seems you have worked hard to rid yourself of your ego." Swamishri again turned to God. "God is the all-doer. Once one understands this foundational concept of spirituality, humility naturally comes with ease. Following in the footsteps of a spiritual guru enables one to see God in everyone, to treat everyone as one's own family and with an eye of equality and fairness. The success and failure one encounters in life is God's will and for one's own good. Accepting this reality brings stability and peace within. The burden and stress of responsibilities only persist when one fails to accept God as the all-doer. Curious about Swamishri's journey to humility, Charles asked, "How long did it take you to imbibe this spiritual lesson in your life?" Following my Guru's Agna, which is a word that is somewhere between vision or command, and serving according to his instructions and guidance helped me imbibe these lessons in life. It is possible through the Guru's grace. Swamishri and Charles spoke about the recent untimely death of his former wife, Princess Diana. Swamishri again emphasized submission to God's will as the primary means to overcome grief and sorrow. Charles welcomed these lessons of humility and pledged to make an effort to imbibe them in his everyday interactions. Swamishri lovingly shared some mehsoob, a sweet made of almond, ghee, and molasses, with him in a traditional custom of signifying friendship and auspicious beginnings on the spiritual path. Swami Chidanand Saraswati Ji, the president and spiritual head of the Parmat Niketan Ashram in Rishikesh, once said, "Pramukh Swami Maharaj is always considerate, simple, and humble. He leads a multinational organization yet is always calm. He remains stress-free because he has surrendered himself to Bhagwan Swami Narayan. He continues to serve society with the aim to please God. He thinks nothing of himself. God works through him, and that is why he is at the top." Swamishri never quit. He embraced difficulty and opposition with a smile. He knew that he just had to keep serving, and God would take care of the rest. A das, a servant, never gives up because he knows that God and Guru will always walk with him. Swamishri was visiting the BAPS students' hostel in Vidyanagar when a few students asked to engage in a question-answer session with him. Swamishri always made time to motivate youth. A college student asked Swamishri how he was able to work so hard despite repeatedly being insulted, offended, attacked, and even poisoned. Swamishri revealed his single-minded focus. "I have never let any of that bother me. People sway with the wind and speak about you depending on their mood. If you let it bother you, that is your doing. You must keep your eyes on God and Guru. I have never had to think twice about following their agna. My job is to serve. They will take care of the rest. They always have. That unflinching faith leads you to the top. I never worried about insults, results, appreciation, inconvenience, or even death. I just kept soaring in the skies with my eyes on them. And look at where I am today. Sometimes you must keep going through the motions, and they will produce results. I always think of myself as a chair. I just sit there. God works through me. He will never... Sorry. I skipped the word. Skipped the sentence. Never appears in the next sentence. Anyway, He will work through all of you if you take on life with faith. Swamishri never quit because he never felt alone or overwhelmed, believing firmly that a das is always supported and cared for by the divine. Swamishri experienced that divinity within and therefore was able to take on the world with the right balance of confidence and humility. God was the source of his confidence and his humility. And we shall pause our reading of In Love at Ease there for now. So I thank you, my dear viewers, for listening with me.